Bitcoin and Ethereum. What's its next move? Let's find out in the chart, shall we? Is Bitcoin going to form this clear head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders pattern and head all the way up to the $42,000 mark and break higher? Or will it break down and create a regular head and shoulders pattern and head straight to $20,000? No! We're going to talk about that and more to today's episode. So make sure you sit down, relax, enjoy the ride, right, and watch all the way to the end because it really helps the algorithm. Also, what it helps the algorithm is we share this on Twitter, on Facebook, on your LinkedIn profile. That would be awesome, right? You really help with improve this channel and get more views as well. And views are very important. And another way to pump your bags, right? All your Bitcoin, altcoin, and Ethereum bags is to like, subscribe, bell button, and all. It's a very important algorithm. Got to learn how to use that, and YouTube will definitely help you pump your bags. My name is Da Jeremy, and I'm here joined with Inti Campos.
Good morning, people. How are you today?
Notice how I'm like stressing the S this time.
Stressing the S? I get it.
Campos. I'm like Inti Campos, just so I can remember to remember that S part because I always forgot the S on your name. Sorry about that. But now I'm like, okay, no, I'm not gonna forget. Anyways, so today we're gonna be talking about what do you think we're gonna be talking about today?
Oh, let me guess. Bitcoin and Ethereum?
Wow, you're an oracle.
I use my white people hocus pocus abilities in order to figure that out.
Yeah, and we're also going to be today. We're going to be talking about where that dump ranked in all the dumps comparison, right? Did it make the top 10, top 5, or anything? We're going to talk about that. Also, which bank do you think is loading up on Bitcoin? Sorta. Right, and we're going to talk about that bank, and also, federal governor proves, right, that when he talked about Bitcoin, he proves that he knows that central banks, right, are doing things wrong, and and things will end badly, and so I'm like, we got to talk about that because
Wait a minute,
that upsets me.
Is that supposed to be a secret?
You know, central bankers, they all act like, no, yeah, it's the only way to do things, right? And it's right. And yeah, it's gonna turn out good.
We're taking care of you. We work with the government. We love you.
Yes. Yeah, we're here to help, man. We're not doing anything wrong. Oh man, yeah, okay, we're having too much fun, man. All right, let's get on to the show. Before we get to the charts and all that good stuff, Inti's got a few words to say.
Yes, sir. As always, people, it's worth to remind you that this video is for entertainment purposes only, and this is not financial advice. Please do your own research before putting any of your hard-earned money on the market. And let the fun begin, sir.
Alrighty, all right, let's do that. Let's do it to the crowd. Okay. Oh man, yeah. Well, I love how this video has got 600,000 views. I remember starting the weekend, it was like 400,000, and just like over the weekend, just got 200 some odd thousand views. Unbelievable, right? Unbelievable. Okay. Well, you can see there's sort of like an inverted head and shoulders pattern, right? We already started the show with that. And if I'm going to draw it out here, right? There it is, right? It's really clear to see. And so it broke out, and then it just like, yeah, I'm gonna give you guys the shaft. And so let's just see if it continues, right? Right now it's bouncing off of the 21 EMA on the hourly, and it doesn't seem like, well, you know what? Honestly, head and shoulders patterns, whenever I play them, they always seem to, like, especially in the regular currency markets. If you play a head and shoulders pattern, be prepared for this shoulder to be tested before you actually get it going. I generally, right, when I was playing the Forex market, I would set my buy order right here at this shoulder. That's how crazy it is. Whenever you see a head and shoulders pattern, because it would be like, yeah, I'm going in, no, and then yeah, right. That's how it is, and it's like crazy, and so yeah, that's what I would generally do. Um, I don't know if the Bitcoin is working like the forex, but it's starting to slowly act like it. And so maybe you might want to wait for better positioning. I think you probably is. This is a proper positioning right now. You can start nibbling here and then add more if it comes down a little bit. Unfortunately, you're completely wrong, and you have to walk away from your trade at this level, of course, right down here at $30,246. So that's just the way it is, right? And so, what is your reward? Should this thing work out? Well, I do believe, right? If we go from the center to the top to the bottom, right there, this most likely takes us all the way up to close to the $40,000 mark, okay? And yeah, let's see here. Yep, 41,000. There you go. So most likely, if it's coming to 41,000, it's most likely going to go all the way to 42. So yeah, that's where I think Bitcoin might be going. Now, if you want to trade this, I would look for something on the lower time frames to give me an entry, because it helps a lot, right? If there's a W, right, like some sort of formation of a W here, to give us a clue to say, okay, yeah, you're ready to go, ready to rock and roll. But keep in mind, right, you can see there's an M here that sort of like finished here, and yeah, it's finished. There's the M, and it's just like, yeah. Let me just draw it out for you guys, so you guys can see it a little bit clearly. It's not the greatest of M, but yeah, and so it broke down here, and then it finished down here. So let's just see if it continues higher. Maybe it creates a little bit of an M, and then off we go. We're off to the races. So that's what I would look for in order to really make sure that this thing's gonna do rock and roll. Alrighty. Let's head over to Ethereum, right, and see what we can see over there. Just like I said, we predicted that, hey, Ethereum is going to take off and head up to the $1,030. And you know what? I might as well say the same thing, because we did predict this move here up to 36,000, right? Remember, right? Let me just undo this. Undo that. Okay. And so we were looking at this breakout W right here, and we were saying, okay, well, we break that, right? If you see that W, right? We were looking at that W on the last show of the rapid fire, because that rapid fire was lots of fun. And so we were saying, hey, you know what? This thing's going to head over to 60,000. And I might as well, since all the YouTube influencers and traders are saying it, yeah, and it went exactly where I predicted. Exactly. Oh, my God. And so over here on Ethereum, it went up exactly where I predicted. Oh, my goodness. I can't believe it. It's incredible. Exactly. Okay. All right. I'm doing too much of the Chris imitation here, right? Maybe it's okay if I do it once, but too many times it's just like, okay, ridiculous. Alrighty. So yeah, we headed up to like the $11,030. Went a little bit higher than that, and yeah. So what do we do now? Where is it going now? Right? It rolled back down. Right? Let's clear all the drawing tools. Move all drawing tools. Because who cares about the last trade? We need to go on to the next one. Alrighty. So we're looking at. Let's see here. I would say this was a broadening. Is this a broadening wedge? No, it's not. Or a trend. It looks like a trend channel break. When we break a trend channel, like you can't really like, yeah. Okay, so it's a ascending wedge, which is bearish, right? And so it could actually end up dumping on you. Now, so what I would suggest you do if you want to short this, right? Right, you short this from a position of strength, man, because like it can get, this thing could get ugly on you, right? We're in a bull market. Yes, this is a bearish pattern, bearish events horizon here, but you know, use my Hail Mary to help you get into a position of strength, right? You short the 1136, and if it breaks to the top here, well, you just walk away and let it go, right? And so that's how you would trade this if you want to if you wanted to run the short, assuming that the short is the right play here, because it looks like it is. Oh my god! Too much work from yesterday. too many shows from yesterday. I'm so tired. I didn't get much sleep. Okay. So yeah, I think that's the plan for Ethereum, right? Is there any kind of indications? It would help if there was a different kind of indicator to say, yeah, we're going lower. And yeah, unfortunately, the target once this thing does break down, you know, the target is all the way back down here at the 950 level. So.
Ooh.
So yeah.
Hey, Da Vinci.
Yeah. What's up, Inti?
Don't you think that when that pattern confirms, it's going to make another head and shoulders that will lead the price to the bigger head and shoulders that we were talking yesterday?
That's Ethereum doesn't have a head and shoulders. It's
okay, but you know that
Bitcoin.
if Ethereum dumps, it brings Bitcoin with it.
Well, I mean, I don't know who's in control, who's driving the bus here, but I'm thinking either or. It's Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're highly correlated, so most likely Bitcoin will come down with Ethereum. Will come down just as much as Ethereum, but because they're highly correlated. All right. So with that said, let's head over to the news. But before we do, news for today. Before we do, a message from the sponsors or affiliate links, right? If you don't have a hardware wallet to guard all your cryptocurrencies, you need to get one. And you need to, depending on how much money you've got, you got to start thinking about doing multi-sig as well, right? I've started using multi-sig recently, and I recently saw on Twitter that, hey, multi-signature is coming to the masses. So you might want to learn how to do that because, it helps you protect against, gun to the head situations or kidnapping situations, because now my money can't be moved just by me, right? It has to be multiple signatures, right, in order to get it to move. So that's the way it's got to be, man, so that you can protect your massive investment and prevent it from falling into the wrong hands, criminal hands, too easily. And also, it makes you think, right? Am I making that right purchase right now? Is this gonna make sense that I'm gonna take this kind of money? You have to wait for a while in order to give yourself a chance to to make the right decision, right? So I like multi-sig, but you don't have to use multi-sig with your Trezor wallet. So if you want to get the Trezor wallet, it's just trezor.davincij15.com. Also, right, the big sale going on, right? Our greatest sale ever. So make sure you get some. If you're missing, if you need some additional years on your Pandora's wallet subscription, now's the time to get some. Yeah. It's, also, if you want to be a part of this live stream, right? You wanna get Pandora's wallet because all our subscribers get access to the stream, right? They get this document group where we actually point to where the stream is and where the live stream is, and then you get to watch it live and in color. And there's also actually a question and answer period, right? Lots of fun that we have in the very beginning and at the end. So I hope you join us and enjoy that. And there's another way to join us is, of course, with the DJ15 token, which is getting a little bit beat up here, but that's okay, right? With the price action of Ethereum coming down a bit, but that's okay. You get join the group, Telegram group, for a little bit less than $5. That's 0.05 of a DJ15 token. So pick some up today. Alrighty. Okay, let's start off with our first news item of today. Where does this 28% price drop rank in history? And it's not even in the top 5. Now that's a wimpy jump. Just wimpy dump, right? Well, I've seen dumps that will scare the bejesus out of you. And you can see here, look at that. 38%, 38%, 33%, 38%, 46%, 36%. These numbers look a little low. I've seen a lot more dumps, like 80%, right, in the single day. Right? So yeah, you know what? I've lived through some massive volatility that will make your boots shake, right? When you think about, imagine having an 80% correction. Wow. Most people would like shoot themselves, right? If they bought something at the top and then it watched it dump 80%. I did that. I bought Bitcoin at the very top of the first bull market, right? And I loaded up at $32 as well. $32. And I was so pissed at myself. Yet here we are. So yeah, I knew it was gonna go higher, so that's what I told people. It's like, it's okay. It's gonna eventually go higher. I'm just gonna have to wait. I had to wait a long time though. But I did. But it did happen, right? I had to wait like 2 years, just over 2 years, and then Bitcoin recovered strong and better than ever. Alrighty. Morgan Stanley, massive increase in Bitcoin exposure through Microstrategies. Turns out, what's it called? Morgan Stanley, they've decided to purchase a 10.9% stake in Microstrategies. Wow. So that they can get exposure to Bitcoins, because Microstrategies is not buying Bitcoin to flip it. No, sirree. They're buying Bitcoin to hold it as a reserve asset. And they're not going to sell it, ever. What they're going to do is borrow against it, so long as we have this monetary system. And because of that, right, those Bitcoins are not moving. So Morgan Stanley's like, let me think about this for a second. I could get exposure to that and watch the stock price go up, and yeah, that makes sense. I'm going to buy that. Especially since, you know what? Because MicroStrategy's first, right? Everybody knows who they are. What Morgan Stanley's doing is getting in well ahead of the whole crowd. Because once the crowd gets here, once they get here, MicroStrategy's stock is just going to go thermal. It's gonna make Tesla's move look small. So yeah, and it's going to be well overvalued going into this Bitcoin bubble when retail comes in. So look out for that. Okay. Well, Bitcoin's going through the roof. Unlike assets controlled by government, says former Fed governor. Oh, there's assets being controlled? No, say it ain't so. Oh, you know what? I'm before I talk about this. I want to rant a little bit. Sorry, I shouldn't, but I'm going to do it anyways. And I remember back in the day when I found out about how our monetary system works, and I would tell people that the gold and silver prices were manipulated by the government and the Federal Reserve and the member banks. And like, I everywhere I wrote, every person I talked to said, "No way, that's not true. You're crazy. You're nuts. You don't know what you're talking about. Every buyer has a seller. There's no way that they can manipulate it. Blah 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 blah." Right? Now today, right, I went looking for all those notes and stuff, messages, like because it was always a blogger or somebody who's like very famous. Those bloggers, right? They took down all their what's it called, their blogs about how gold is not manipulated, how silver is not manipulated, because now it's clear and obvious, right? They've all admitted it, and now it's like, oh, well, that's normal, yeah. Gee, we have to control the price of gold and silver, right? And so it's absolutely, it's amazing how people don't believe what's clearly in front of them, right? Until, oh, yeah, well, it's made it obvious. And that's what's happening to Bitcoin, right? It's at first, nobody believed that Bitcoin was going to work, and now it's obvious. And it's slowly becoming obvious for more and more people. Okay, now, and the rent over. Okay, those things are all going through the roof. Whereas assets the Federal Reserve purports to control and has controlled for the better part of a decade, those look repressed. I want that to sink into for a second. I want you to think about that. This is why I said this silver coin, right? I went on many shows, right? I'm gonna bring this a little higher. This silver coin, right here. This coin is going to equal the price of gold or more. I want you to understand. I want to get that through your mental. I want you to get that to your head, right? Why do I say that? Why do I say that? Because not only does the banks and the government and the Federal Reserve have been suppressing that price for this so long, actually industry has joined in on that train. So much so that they cannot have that price go up because they live off of silver in many cheap silver, that is cheap silver, in many parts of the industry. And if prices go up, they cannot produce things at the same low prices that you have your cell phone, your clothing, right, your all your electronic stuff, everything you see, your car, right, your catalytic converter, everything, everywhere, it uses silver. Your mirrors, everything, right? More things than not use silver than you. And once there's a realization that silver is more rare than gold above ground, meaning where what we have left, right? Basically, in order to use. Once that realization is clear, the only way to get back to recycled silver is with price. Right? All right. Okay. Silver rant over. If Bitcoin never existed, gold would be rallying even more right now. Duh. But I guess if you're under 40, Bitcoin is your new gold. Wait a second. I'm over 40. So Bitcoin's not my gold? It is my gold. But then again, I still trust gold because I think there's still going to be a large number of people who will hold gold for a long time. Alrighty, let's see here. We've been running for more than 20 minutes, and I wanted to do some altcoins, but I'm gonna have to put it off for another day because we've been running this show for quite some time, or I'll put it off for the question and answers. So yeah, maybe for tomorrow we'll do some altcoins. So leave some alt requests in the comment section below. What alt do you want me to do some TA on? And I will focus on TA. We won't even go into the news for tomorrow. Just altcoin TA day tomorrow for sure. So leave it in the description below. All right, Inti, what do you think about today's episode?
It was very good, very entertaining, very funny.
Well,
but I'm disappointed. I am very disappointed that you didn't put the sound effect at the beginning. I'm sorry.
I didn't put this. I did.
No,
okay,
you didn't.
Well,
you didn't.
Okay. Well, anyways, sorry. I'll put the sound effect at the end, right? So remember, Bitcoin's real. Bitcoin's here to stay. You need to be a part of it.
Perfect.